Whether you're deciding to file a divorce or was served divorce complaint papers from your spouse, you can follow this guide to get answers when you don't know how to proceed. Divorce is never an easy decision, especially when you don't see the marriage fulfill its purpose and no one is at fault. This is different from a case when the spouse is at fault, which we'll talk about later. To know the purpose of marriage and learn about questions that you should ask before getting married, watch the other video that I posted. If you have been patient enough and have put in your effort and time to improve the situation, but your partner is not reciprocating, then it may be wise to get separated. Life is too short to live unhappily. Now, I won't go into detail if divorce is the right decision for you, but if you've already gone through that discussion with yourself and your close ones, then please go through the steps below. Few things to know. Divorce cases are generally filed at probate and family court. Because everyone has a constitutional right to get married, no one can be denied a divorce. It just could take some time to accomplish this divorce. Divorce is generally categorized into two major categories: at fault or no fault. At fault are categories where the spouse is at fault for one of the other reasons, and those categories can be different depending on the state that you live in, so I would suggest that you do a search in the state that you're applying for a divorce case. Number 1, adultery, that's infidelity or being unfaithful to your spouse. Number 2, impotency, you probably know that. Desertion and utter desertion continued for 1 year prior to the filing of the complaint. Gross and unconfirmed habits of intoxication, cruel and abusive treatment, and non-support if the spouse is unable to sufficiently support you or refuses to support you. Then the last one is a prison sentence of 5 years or more. Then the second major category is a no-fault divorce, where none of the spouse is at fault. And there are two subcategories of no fault, where one is the uncontested and contested. Uncontested is when both partners agree that the marriage has irretrievably broken down and they have agreed on the terms of dividing their marital assets, child support, parenting time, alimony, child custody. That's an uncontested divorce, where nobody is raising any concerns. Contested is when one spouse believes that there's an irretrievable breakdown of marriage, or both spouses believe that the marriage has ended, but they aren't in an agreement about custody support or marital property issues. This is a contested, no-fault divorce. We'll talk more about that. In this video, I'll be primarily discussing about the no-fault divorce, especially when there are no kids involved. Now, what are the steps to file a divorce? Number 1 is to hire a lawyer that deals with the family law and divorce. Number 2, choose what category of divorce that you want to file. Number 3 is file the divorce. To learn more about which no-fault category to choose to apply for the divorce, check out my next video and I'll talk about that. Thanks.